Man, listen. So, Sean, I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, we was watching a new Michael B. Jordan movie.
Okay, we have to watch that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Michael B. Jordan. He's yummy in there. He's yummy. But anyway, so Sean was like, "Oh, you just gonna stare at him?" I'm just saying he looked good, but he was just like, So I think I asked him, do he think because Michael B. Jordan is with Lori Harvey that he's like always thinking, I gotta maintain my wealth in order to keep a girl like Lori Harvey. And he was like, shit, no, because that's Michael B. Jordan. I was like, you're right, it's Michael B. Jordan, but that's also Lori Harvey. Like, she's pretty much every man's dream right now, I think quote unquote.
I mean, because she don't need a man for her money.
She don't need a man, but she's not going to have her broke nigga. Like, let's keep it real. Like, she does not need a man for money. We do not. We are successful, independent women. Mm-hmm. We don't need a man for our money or to make money. But we ain't messing with no broke niggas.
Right. I mean, I think that's a given for her, though.
Right. Of course. Yeah. But it should be a given for us as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But for the caliber of person that she is, or the type of person or status that she upholds, I'm thinking like, he's probably like, Lord, I gotta make sure I keep these movies coming, honestly, these investments, these stocks going.
Well, that's true too. I think that's for like the providing aspect, but at the same time too, not for nothing, I would think that she would be doing the same because he is Michael B. Jordan.
He is Michael B. Jordan.
And he is very successful in his own right. So
he definitely. I agree. But I'm just thinking, we as women, we always think we're the prize. We know the men are prizes as well, but we really be like, bitch, I'm the prize.
Yes, you're lucky. You're welcome.
Right, you're welcome.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
I'll get you a thank you card soon. But yeah, I was just like, dang, I wonder, is he like up at night, like, damn, how am I gonna keep?
Oh Lord, I would hope he's not up at night.
Child,
I wouldn't want no man to be like thinking
first of
that
all,
hard
she's
about
24 years old, hot, everything's sitting right, ain't not a wrinkle in sight. Oh, that rhymed.
You so silly. Look, we just missed it, and he was like, "Oh, you caught it." Oh, it just went over my head. You got that one too. You got that one too.
You know what I'm saying.
You're so silly. But I do agree with that. I don't think he's up at night, but he's definitely on his toes when it comes to her.
That's all I was saying.
And then Steve Harvey, he likes him too. So
yeah, and then I'm sure Steve Harvey. Oh man, this last thing we're gonna have to get started. No, I know. Man, so I was watching. I think a meme. Oh no, it was like a video on maybe FaceTime or Facebook. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And it was what's the little game show that Steve Harvey?
Oh, Family Feud. That guy.
Man, the lady was like, distract him. She was like, Chris. He was like, dude.
He hit him hard. Like, he needed to slap like the shit
and
out of him.
His wife was looking like.
They zoomed in on her face. Oh, I would have went up there to that podium.
Yeah, you would have. I would have been like.
First of all, Becky, no.
Get your fake ass titties out the way, all right?
You know what I'm saying?
Mine used to, but still,
he wouldn't get distracted. I don't think mine would get distracted. Like, I
hope. I would hope, but but what I was saying is, Steve Harvey has a certain, just repertoire by himself. He's just really upholds a different type of standard for men. So I would think that Michael, he is. So I would think Michael B. Jordan feels like he has to uphold that standard for his daughter.
He should.
Of course.
I think any man should.
I think that's why she moved. Even if they don't have a
father, I think they should uphold the standards that a man should take care of. But they don't know how.
We're going to talk about that next week. Oh, let's table that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You ready? Let's get it, because we'll keep talking.
Dope girls, yeah, it's a podcast. Two dope girls, yeah, we speaking all facts. Two dope girls, yeah, we got it, just relax. Two dope girls, hit like, subscribe that. Two dope girls, and we on it, never slack. Two dope girls and we got each other back. Two dope girls and we coming for the cash.
Two dope girls and we all about a bag.
Dope girl, dope girl.
All right. I love that little part.
I know.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Two Dope Girls Podcast. This is episode 28.
Yes,
We're back with you guys.
Yes, we just thank y'all for coming back and chilling with us.
Yeah.
How's your week, Gracie?
Girl, I don't know. It just comes and goes.
Man.
But I just came back from New Orleans because we had potted in New Orleans. Well, when I was in New Orleans last week. So,
which was a really good pod. It
was.
Yeah, it was.
But I did have, I had a cool week. It's this week over already.
I know. Your weekend was bomb. Don't just slide through your weekend like that.
Well, we went to take pictures for Scoot's family member, his cousin, and his aunt. Mm-hmm. His cousin graduated from law school, and then his aunt 45th birthday. So we had a good time. So my mom got to put my my arms around her neck. Yeah, I'm laughing at LaDonna over here. Don't pay me no mind.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like, I feel like this mic is like in my face. Right.
It's so silly.
But yes, how is she doing?
She's doing well. She's in good spirits. She was a little bummed that I didn't spend a lot of time with her, but I told her even though she's vaccinated, I'm not vaccinated, I still don't feel comfortable being around people who are unvaccinated because they still tell her to stay away from people who are unvaccinated and just keep a circle of vaccinated people. So when I went over there, we sat out on the her deck and we had a good time. Girl, the morning that I left, we were drinking wine and whiskey at 10:30 in the morning.
10:30 in the morning. It'd be like that sometimes.
I know. I was like, well, I'm about to leave. We might as well sit out here. Me, my mom, and my sister-in-law. So we had a good time. I did want to ask you a question because it's Mother's Day weekend.
It is.
What are you going to do for Mother's Day weekend?
Let me tell you. I have no idea.
I guess you're not supposed to know, right?
Well, okay. So Sean asked me what I wanted for Mother's Day.
Oh, he asked you?
Yeah, what I wanted and what I wanted to do. And I'm thinking like, nigga, I ask for shit all the time.
Right.
Like, are you not taking mental notes? Like, I'm lost.
Apparently not.
Clearly. I just asked you 4 days ago for a Peloton. I just asked you. Why are you
That's a hell of a Mother's Day gift. But Mother's Day.
It's not far from a doggone Louis Vuitton bag.
That's true because Pelotons aren't that expensive, but I told you they're recalling the Peloton.
I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that because I want one so bad.
I know, but there's another brand.
There he is,
and I think Jamie.
But you know I'm bougie, so I want to go.
But ask Jamie about her brand because she has another Peloton-like bike that she.
And another girl told me about her brand too. She said she really likes it. It has some of the same features as the Peloton.
But you want Peloton?
I mean, I can have the.
You just want to see that little P.
It's kind of like the what's his name? I was about to say Mary Kay, but what's those purses? Michael Kors. It's like the Michael Kors of purses. Like do I want a Michael Kors or do I want a Louis Vuitton? Like do I want a Brahmin or do I want?
See, I never heard of Brahmin until I moved here.
Really?
I've never heard of Brahmin.
You know, we are from the South. If we don't have $10 in our pocket, we gonna make sure we have a whole designer bag.
No, not me.
Listen.
See, I've always been told never carry a bag. Well, never have as much in your wallet as your bag costs, or something like that. Like,
yes, I didn't get my first Louis. I could have went and got my own Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
but I asked my husband from the time that we were married. I was like, I want a Louis Vuitton,
but we were on my Chanel.
Listen, you and me, I'm going up flights. I got a couple Louis, and my next is I got I think 2 Gucci's. You know, I'm coming up. I want
get
certain
your coins,
things.
Sean. Get your coins.
Yeah, he get his coins. He's doing his thing. So I let him alone. I tell him what I want, and I try not to overstep. But, if I have to wait too long, I'm going to overstep. Okay,
so this episode, you're so silly. Well, that's true. We have to. If they're taking too long, we definitely have to.
We have to overstep.
Hello.
He's just going to be like, well, hell, when did you get that? I mean, I asked you 2 weeks ago. I'm just kidding. 2 weeks.
You got to give him a little more time than that.
I asked you 2 years ago. I mean, that's enough time.
Well, this episode is going to come out after Mother's Day, so
It
hopefully
is.
we're going to put that energy in the air. So
Whatever I get,
when
you
we
know,
hear from
honestly,
next time.
what I asked for was time. Like, if I could have gotten, which is so far fetched for me because of his schedule, to like go to like maybe Ross Bridge and like stay there, go to the spa, go back to the room, like no makeup, hair bunted, somebody send me some food,
That
and
would
I
be
see
nice.
like that. I don't want to hear mommy, baby, give me some new pamper. I don't want to hear nothing.
I know.
For at least 24 hours. That would have
something
been
that's really the number one thing that a lot of moms just really want is some quality time
to myself.
for themselves.
I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to get no
Right.
pedicure. I don't want to get no man. I don't want to sit in front of nobody. I don't want to have to get my hair done. I just
Right.
want to like
and
sit
outside of your house.
Yes.
Or somebody come get the kids.
Come get these damn
Something.
kids. Come get these kids.
Well, I mean, hopefully your Mother's Day is amazing.
Thank you.
And
Hopefully
happy
yours.
early.
I know. Happy Mother's
Day.
Day to you as well. Do
Thank
you have
you.
anything planned?
Of course not. Warren was like, "Mom, I wanted to take you out to eat." And I was
Aw.
like, "Warren, that's the worst thing you could do for
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
I don't mind going out to eat, but I was like, not on the holiday itself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be around other people.
We go.
don't.
His mother, his parents, we go out to eat every Sunday after church.
Really?
Like,
That's sweet.
Ever since before we were married, that's what they do. When his grandmother was living,
Yeah.
his dad would take his grandmother, his mom's mom, and his wife, of course, his Sean's mom, out to eat every Sunday. So they've kept their tradition. I don't even cook on Sundays. My mom cooks on Sundays. So
That's
sometimes we spend it with my
I
mom.
wish.
Yeah, so I'm kind of spoiled.
You
in
know,
that
I thought
aspect.
about that. Me and Warren used to have our own traditions, and I was like, he's getting older, so I want to create some different traditions.
some memories, something he can carry on with his
Yeah.
wife and his children.
Way later down the line.
Yeah,
child.
hopefully, child.
He's so silly.
Yes,
But that was your week? How did you do?
good. Oh, listen, let me tell you. This weekend was hectic. I don't remember Saturday. I really don't remember what I did Saturday.
That sounds about
went,
right.
Yeah, I went out. I went out with Sean. We went out Saturday night. I think maybe to like Paris. That's my joint. I love Paris. Right. Went to Paris.
The crab
and
cakes
then
are amazing.
that was my first time getting the crab cakes Saturday night,
It's
and
like
they were
all lump meat.
amazing. Yes, and it was so good. So
is.
yes, you're right.
What'd you get?
I got the crab cakes,
Okay.
and then we just got appetizers because we weren't super hungry. We just
Okay.
really went to drink, but
Okay, yeah.
it was so busy, so we ended up sitting at a table. And we just got a couple appetizers.
Okay.
I think we got some type of lobster bites or something like that, and the crab cake. And
Did y'all go during happy hour?
no, it was like 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a date night,
Okay.
and then we went to Humidor afterwards.
Up the road. Okay.
That's one of our other favorite
I like
spots.
their atmosphere.
Yeah, you can sit outside. It's still cool.
Yeah.
Now Sunday, Sean's friends his friend and his wife asked us to go to brunch. So we're thinking, we old folks. We're thinking we're going to brunch. We're thinking I'm going to sit down somewhere, whatever. No, ma'am. We get to Plush. Plush is the hood. You hear me? They rolling up blunts, licking it, rolling it. I said, oh, okay.
Okay, so that's
Okay, that's where we at.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's okay.
Hey,
You know, I can vibe with that too.
I can vibe. So we done bought a couple bottles. Long story short, was gone. Was gone. You sent me a message asking me
you
to
did?
edit. I didn't see it until 9 o'clock that night because once we got back from there, we fell asleep at my
Yeah.
parents' house. So that means our parents saw us.
That's okay. They know y'all grown and y'all needed a night out.
Yes, we slept, honey. We
That's
slept.
good.
Yeah, so we had a good weekend.
good.
Yeah. We figured out that we're old.
Girl, ain't nothing like taking a nice look. Ain't nothing like
Old.
getting out early and then going to bed early.
Yes.
'Cause
I'm
after a
for a
certain
good
time,
day
if I'm not
party.
responding, that means I'm sleeping.
I'm for a good day party all day long.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good week.
Yes, we got a little game we're gonna get to.
Ooh,
What
I'm
am I-
glad you said that.
What you was about to say, talking about the hot topics?
I was sure was about to go into that.
Look at you. You be forgetting about my little games.
I know, my bad.
Listen, I love the games. You can tell I'm the silly one of the group, okay? But today we're going to try to play a little Black Card Revolt. It's just a little black questions or black stigma questions.
Are we trying to see how black we are?
Girl, we gonna see how black. We light skinned, but we black, okay? We black. Black. But I don't want to take your car today, okay?
Oh no, you ain't gonna take my car.
Okay, so I'll start. I have a couple easy questions. Okay, let's see. Who is Steve Urkel's cool alter ego?
Stefan Urkel.
Ooh.
Come on.
Okay.
There ain't nothing to it.
Okay, sis.
Okay. Come on, keep going because mine is not pulling up. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see. In Bunny and Clyde, Young Hov told Bae to look for him where? A, the studio. B, cruising the West Side Highway. C, Tata.
Cruising the West Side Highway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You haven't pulled up yet? Okay. I can keep going.
Keep going.
Who played Pop on House Party?
No, I never watched House Party. I only watched
Your
the Made
black card is revoked.
No, it's not. Let me tell you, I only watch House Party on like Made
How
for
do you
TV.
not know the whole dance?
I know that. See, I know the dances, but I never watched it because my mom, I told you, never let me watch movies like that.
Okay, you're over 30 years old.
But I just never revisited it.
Oh, we got to revisit. We got to have a day where we revisit, okay?
Okay. Wait, hold
okay.
on.
Who played Pop on House Party? It was Robin Harris. And rest his soul.
Harris? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know, but let me go ahead and ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
If Young Metro don't trust you, what might Future do? I'm going to give you your choices.
Okay.
A, call the police. B, shoot you. Or C, fight you.
If Young Metro, what?
If Young Metro don't trust you.
Right, that's in this song.
Okay, what might Future do?
Shoot you.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I should have gave you a time limit.
Yeah, because I had to figure out what the fuck we was doing. Like, Young Metro.
Look, that's why we named Metro, because of that song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is so funny.
We named him before we even got him, so.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Who's poor, black, and maybe even ugly? But dear God, they're still here. Is it A, Nanny, B, Pookie, C, Reba, or D, Seeley?
Poor, black, and ugly? I would say Seeley.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Color
would say.
Purple.
Yes.
Come on.
My gosh.
Do I have to watch? I don't watch these movies every day. It got to click for me. It got to click for me.
We got okay.
No,
okay.
I watched it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's one stereotypical thing that we secretly love? A, strawberry lemonade. B, grape drink. C, fried chicken. D, watermelon.
All of the above.
Yeah, that's true. But it ain't.
I mean, you got it. Ain't nothing like a grape soda
Okay.
with some fried chicken wings. You're always gonna opt in for the strawberry lemonade. We always do. I don't know. I think it's the sugar. We use the Kool-Aid.
It's the sugar.
I'm gonna say maybe watermelon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, should I do another one for you because you
Sure.
did too? Okay.
Okay, go.
What's most liable to get you cussed out at a cookout? A, mess up the potato salad. B, walk in and not speak. C, don't bring anything. D, renege during spades.
Listen, all of the above. But let me tell you
really
something.
Should be all of the above.
Okay, what was A?
Mess up the potato salad.
Okay, somebody always gonna mess up the potato salad. That's why you're gonna have multiple people bringing potato
That's
salad.
why
Am I
you
right?
only need to have one person bring the potato salad.
No, because
Whoever
everybody can't make it. But if it's a cookout, everybody bringing stuff, right? So somebody gonna mess up the potato salad. You know that. You just don't eat it. You
I'm gonna delegate.
You're gonna put it on the side, put it on your plate, but you're not gonna touch it because you know what good potato salad look like.
Yes,
right.
It can't be too yellow.
You can come in and not speak. We just gonna be like, oh, she bougie. Oh, she on some shit right now. You know, we gonna play that one right, but let you renege. In the game of spades.
It's going to get you cussed out.
Over.
Okay, so
it's over.
Apparently you're not black enough because this black card revoke said walking in and not speaking. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's reneging. It's reneging. I'm going to cuss you out if you my partner and you renege.
Why you ain't paying attention
Get your
to the
stupid ass
table?
up because now I don't even want to play with you no more.
I don't even want to play.
No.
Yeah, they
got
ain't
me
right.
mad.
They ain't right. Right. Okay, here. What is Mike Jones' phone number? Let me see.
281.
What is it? What is it?
I don't know the rest. 281
330. 8004.
Okay, there you go. I knew the 281. I knew the area code.
You did.
I gotta sing along with it. Okay. What might mama say you need in order to get some McDonald's? A job. B, a clue. C, good grades. D, McDonald's money.
McDonald's money.
There you go.
I just told Parker that the other day. You got some McDonald's money? She said yes. I said, okay,
And then won't hand you a quarter. Go sit your ass down
no,
somewhere.
Parker be having some money.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. She is one of those kids. You be like, she's gonna be rich because she holds on to money like it's like she hovers
Well, that's
over
good.
it. Yeah,
We don't need nobody with no itchy hands. You ain't got to spend your money on everything.
everything. Let's see.
Yeah.
If they climbing through your windows, you should hide. Okay,
Wait,
I'll
say
give
that
you
again.
options.
Is it a song?
Okay. If they are climbing through your windows, you should hide your A, money, B, Easter eggs, D or C, television, D, kids and wife.
Kids and wife.
Yes.
Okay.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
What I said?
Your weed. Yeah, you better
Okay.
hide that too.
I was like, who is they climbing through your window? Somebody out to get you? The police?
I'm
What?
so weak.
Okay. What does it mean if your ear keeps itching? You need to
Somebody
walk.
talking about you.
Okay, yes. You don't
Yes.
even need to.
Somebody talking about you.
Yes.
If the fish don't fry in the kitchen, then
The beans don't burn on
come
the
on,
grill.
girl. Come on. We can do one more. We can do one more.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
I'll
do
go.
one too.
Who was Oprah Winfrey's best friend? You should know this.
Of course. Gail.
Yeah. Let me give you another one because that was too easy.
Okay.
According to Kanye, who doesn't have the answers? Taylor Swift, Beck, Jay-Z, Sway.
Houseway.
Yeah.
Houseway.
You got it. You got it.
Okay. When Erica's man comes around, he brings all the following friends except A, Tyrone, B, John, C, Jim, D, Paul. He brings all the following friends except
Jim, James, Paul.
and Tyrone.
Tyrone.
So he don't bring John.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
don't bring John.
I had to think of the white name.
He don't bring John.
Even though Jim is
That
kinda
was
white.
good. That was good. Let's give a little hand clap for that.
Yay, that was good. All right, look, we're going to get into these hot topics. I did want to start off the hot topics with saying that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And
Yeah.
I do want to let everybody know to check on your people because there are a lot of us, and there's a big stigma in the Black community when it comes to mental health and seeking treatment for mental health. So if you have loved ones that you hadn't talked to in a long time, just hit them up, say, hey, how you doing? Just calling to see how you doing.
Yeah.
Or texting to see how you doing, but check in with people.
Yeah. Not
And-
just the ones that seem to need to be checked on.
Those seem to be the ones that need to be checked on. Well, the ones that don't need to be checked on. Check on them. The ones that say that they're okay. Check on them.
They're not.
Because they're not. I'm one of those people who's like, oh, how you doing? I'm fine, good, okay. I'm always going to say okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because that's just how I am. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like to tell people, like, if I'm going through something because I feel like it's
As
It's
long
gonna
as you
pass.
have somebody you can confide in
Right.
before it gets too bad.
right. So I encourage people to seek counseling if you need counseling because there's a big stigma in our community with counseling. We don't like to tell people our quote unquote business, but it's not telling people your business per se. It's letting people help you process your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. So
Yeah. And stay grounded in prayer.
Yes,
I tell you,
for
because
sure.
when I was going through my depression in my early 20s, I didn't go to no counselor. I do counseling now, but at that time I wasn't going to counseling. And I'm that Black person. I sure am. I prayed about it. I asked God to, heal me and strengthen my mind and my thoughts. And I do believe that that's what happened, and I was able to get through. But
sure.
definitely check on your peoples.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Because we is not one of them.
It's so silly. Look, so let's talk about Mr. 130.4 billion.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Billy himself.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are divorcing. So a lot of women were in his DMs. Were you? Did you send him?
Girl, listen. Only thing Bill can do for me is pay my student loans. Okay,
Shoot, just get rid of that. Oh, he could press a button.
press a button.
That's it.
Send me.
He can get rid of all our student loans
Yes, he
in
can.
real life.
You know what?
Like
I
everybody's.
may just DM him. See how far it goes.
Look, everybody else was shooting their shot.
I'm sure.
And look, the thing is, for me, they're older people.
Yeah.
What makes you, after 20 plus years, want to get divorced in your 60s?
Why not?
But why?
Why? Because we're in a totally different season in our life. Just because I've been with him for 20 years, and we were just talking about this, like we, just because we've been okay up to these 20 years, don't mean the next 20 years are for us. Especially
Which
if it
is
haven't
true.
been all peaches and cream.
Well, it seemed like they're amicable now.
Yeah, because they ain't never really been together. For the last 5-6 years, they probably just been hey and bye. Now she's like, you know what? I still got, you
How
know.
it wasn't him?
I'm sure. Hey, listen. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish with your story because I got a couple things I want to say
you
about
go
this.
ahead, because I don't know, like, what makes older
Okay.
people want to
So-
say that's it.
I am at this point in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in love. I want to do what's best for me. You know, when you're younger, you're just like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is this is how life is supposed to happen. But now I'm like, if the shit don't add up for me, I don't really want it.
But they were older adults when they got married.
Yeah, just because he was good for her then doesn't mean
Which is
she's willing
true.
to take whatever he's giving now, or he's
Right.
willing to take whatever
Or not
she's
giving.
giving. Right. But seems like he was getting his cake and eating it too. So I
Who
don't,
say that?
because it was speculations, Hunty, that he had a little girlfriend that he was able to go on a trip with every year for 27 years. Her name was
What?
Ann.
I've never heard of this.
Yes, he was able to have this little girlfriend on the side, and
get your-
and before he asked Melinda to marry him, he asked for permission from this lady, and
Wait, who is this lady that's sticking around for 27 years
her
with no
name is.
commitment?
She's probably living the lavish lifestyle and not even have to deal with his old butt every day. Tell me that's not the life.
It's not for me.
Well, for me it is.
It's not. Like, I want to be in love with somebody. The money could come and go. Yeah, material things are nice, but at the end of the day, I want to like the person that is even
I
giving me
do
the
too.
money.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
gonna take the band.
I'm really being,
You
I'm really
taking the
playing.
band.
I'm playing because I'm such a, I'm not so independent that I don't want love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I want somebody, if I want to be in love, I just want to be in love with him. I don't care
Right.
what he's bringing to the table, right?
Right.
I would love for him to bring the steak,
Yeah.
the potatoes, the cornbread, whatever.
How old was his mistress?
I don't know. I'm not sure how old she was, but she's been around for 27 years. So
She probably was like 18 when,
she probably was out, she probably was
you know, they like them
younger.
women.
Yeah. So in her defense, she probably wasn't checking for him on a marital status.
Right.
Because it was said that when he asked her about marrying Melinda, she was like, "Oh yeah, of course. That's awesome." Come on.
She must have
Come on.
found out.
So let's put this in perspective.
I would be fucking livid if I knew someone was in my atmosphere, in my circle for 27 years, and you screw up my husband.
That's what white folks do, girl.
Black folks do it too.
What, Will and Jada?
Look,
Swing low.
girl. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, unknowingly. Like, Will
think
and Jada
she-
may have known
I
who they...
don't think it was unknown. I think she knew. Like,
You think Melinda knew about this other
I
woman?
absolutely think she knew, and I think these kids grown.
They are.
And it's time to move on with my life. I don't have to be held down to what I'm dealing with at home with Bill.
No, she does not. Absolutely
She don't, and
not.
I'm with her. If it's not working for you right now,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Yeah.
Keep living, girl. 60 is not old.
It's not, and she got some billies to go along with
I'm
it.
telling you. So she'll
Look, you
'cause-
think they in Bill's DM? They in
because
hers.
oh yeah, because they did not have
a prenup.
a prenup. So
They
there's
had a separation agreement.
but they are splitting access on top of access on top of Ask you.
Let's just say nobody is going to be
broke.
at
Nobody at all. So yeah, this one, I'm for it. I'm not for a divorce at all.
Right.
But if it's not working for you,
It just doesn't work.
it just doesn't work. You just keep moving.
And we don't know what they've gone through. We don't know what steps they've taken to.
They did a
not
really good job of
dissolve
keeping
marriage.
their issues private.
Yeah.
So
I just wish them luck.
yeah.
If you
Hopefully
want-
they
if you
have
want to
love.
Throw a few little stacks over here. It's okay.
I mean,
Even
just debt free for me. Hey,
that's it.
no, hey, I'll love it. I'll take it.
I'll be good.
Speaking on Big Willie
Yes.
and Jada, that's so funny, right? So Will Smith has this collaboration with YouTube called the Big Willie Challenge.
Yes.
He has gotten on social media and showed his quarantine body. We all have had the quarantine body. I don't care if you had it for 2 weeks and said, you know what? I can't do this.
Why
I got to
you think
get
I
back.
went in the gym so hard?
Listen.
Get this off.
Yes, everybody has had it. And so he's teamed up with YouTube to get back in shape in 12 weeks. Not only him, he's had some of his celebrity friends, Anthony Anderson, Marlon Wayans, Chris Spencer. All of them are getting on this challenge to lose the weight, lose the quarantine pounds in 12 weeks with no trainer.
And that's hard for them,
Heck
I would say,
yeah,
because
I'm
they
sure.
have every resource at their disposal.
So they have to create their own meal plans,
Yeah.
their own workouts. But my thing is, it's still not fair because men can stop
They
drinking
drop-
drinks
oh my
and
God, at
all of a
20
sudden
pounds down.
gone. We stop drinking drinks and then we're like, did I just gain a pound?
I can inhale the smell of a food that I like,
Yes.
and I feel like I'm 3 to 5 pounds heavy.
Absolutely.
3 to
Absolutely.
5, yes.
Yes. So,
So it's not fair for them because they can drop that weight. They can get
Easily.
chiseled so fast, and they have the money to get all the food that they need. Like, what if they want to go vegan? Not everybody can go vegan. That's expensive. You really have to continuously buy food all the time.
But see, my thing is hiring a chef cheating?
Yeah.
They didn't.
I
They
think it's
didn't.
hard.
They didn't specify hiring.
Well, you
a
know
chef.
what? Maybe not for them because they may not cook.
Yeah, they may not.
And
cook.
it's California.
Yeah,
So I don't think hiring a chef
yeah,
is cheating.
it's cheating. As long as you stick to the
No trainer.
right. That which is, I'm sure it's hard. It will be hard for me because
But meanwhile, they have state of the art gyms.
yes, at their homes, all they got to do is. They probably had trainers, before. All they have to do is, look back at what they were doing then, and
Or go down the street to Kevin Hart house and say, "Hey, what I need to do?" Because
Right.
he into his fitness.
yeah, and he's not technically a trainer.
Not.
There is some loopholes around
There
this,
is.
but either way, I'm into this. I'm here for it. I can't wait to week 12 to see what Big Willie gonna look like. Okay,
He's gonna look like I Am Legend or whatever.
I
Whatever.
know.
What was the last movie he was like super duper chiseled? Was it
I don't know.
when he played the boxer Muhammad Ali?
Probably so.
He was a little thickums on that one. He was
No.
like heavy.
Oh, heavy. Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't like
lean.
Yeah, slim and lean.
Yeah.
Maybe Bad Boys.
Girl, he go back to Bad Boys. Jada might have a. Listen, if he gets back to his a good weight,
He gonna get his revenge on Jada.
He
He
can't get revenge on nothing because he been swinging since swinging been
swinging.
Okay, so she did good with getting her a revenge.
I do like them together though.
I do.
Despite whatever people may say about their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
We
They're
don't
weird,
know.
and we just didn't like. I think I didn't know Jada was that weird.
I did when she joined that band.
That's what I'm saying. Like
and
we
I
didn't
don't even
as
want to say
growing up.
weird. I would just say a little peculiar. You're gonna say weird.
No, peculiar is a good word for it. I guess. I guess. I mean,
she's a little peculiar.
cuckoo. No. Yeah, as growing up, like Set It Off and all of these other movies, I just thought she was
played
like
that
the home.
hard.
She was just the roundaway girl.
Yeah.
But really, she was very eclectic.
She was. I
Yeah,
mean, she is.
And we didn't know that until she got with Will, and then And then, you know, the kids came out
But
weird.
the kids are
and
just everything like her.
Yeah.
They are so like artistically expressive.
Did you see Willow?
Her Mother's Day tribute, that was cute.
And she sounds good.
She does.
I love Willow.
I love Jaden too. Where has he been?
I don't know.
Selling that water.
It's just water.
It's good though.
Water. Is it? Have you
It's
tasted?
good. I've had it. I've ordered some and had it come to the house, but I'm like, as much as I drink water, I would be spending so much money on water.
Yeah.
It's no. I'll keep my Deer Park spring water. Thank
you. My Publix brand, whatever need be. But we either way it goes. Will Smith, we are watching out for you, and you know, I'm
gonna join.
I was just about to say I'm going on this 12-week challenge with you.
Mine ain't gonna be 12. I'm gonna have to take a sabbatical for my anniversary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, this is about to be a great summer. So we're going to, in between our little, you know, our little vacations, we're going to have to make sure we staying right and tight.
In the gym. And eating right, y'all. Eating right
that's
is
the hard part
that's
for
half
me.
the battle right there.
And I used to be super like disciplined when it came to eating.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, did I just eat that bag of chips? Oh my God.
It's potatoes and cheese for me. If I can limit my potato or pasta consumption.
Yeah.
And just get rid of the cheese, which is so hard to do. I love cheese. Cheese goes on everything.
You know what? What? Right here on Two Dope Girls, before we move on.
What? I ain't about to agree to what you about to say.
Let's agree. You ain't really trying to lose no weight.
No, I'm just trying to tone more.
Yeah.
And I just want to see how, well, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I want to lose 8 pounds. That's my goal.
That's a lot.
To me, it's not. You know, I'm like 185. I'm 5 now. I'm almost 5'10". Well, that's a pretty good weight for almost 5'10". But I would like to be about 175. I feel better at 175. So that's my goal. I want to get down to maybe like between 178 and 175.
See, I'm always in between like 127, 130.
Girl, let me tell you, when I saw 127, I might have been maybe 10. You think 10 sounds about right? Maybe 11.
Well, I'm 5'2", so it's
I've been 5'8" since 7th grade.
Right. If I was stretched long like you and I said I was 127, then I'll look at you like you need to eat a little something. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna get all of our goals. Y'all make sure once y'all listen to our description, y'all put y'all goals down, comment, so we all can stay accountable of one another. Like we can't.
Because I'm gonna tell you, if you post some French fries, I'm gonna be like, you're not supposed to be eating that. I'm gonna put it on your post. I will
post it. I don't really care. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna just go run a mile. Okay, I'm gonna run this mile to take up for eating these fries.
And then when you realize how hard you have to work just to burn them fries off,
because 1 mile you only lose like 200 calories, 220 calories. When I do 1 mile, that's why I end up having to do like 3 or 4 miles.
Girl,
yeah.
Forget it. I'm still gonna eat my French fries.
I'm telling you, yeah. But we're gonna try to do better because hot white summer, hot girl summer. It's in full effect.
It is rolling in
it's
here.
It's May. Yeah. It's time, ladies.
It's getting warm.
I see the outside.
Shoulders out.
I see the light.
Legs out.
Let me tell you something.
Elbows out.
The sun.
Midriffs.
Sundresses.
Oh, so old. Dun, dun, dun. The sundresses are coming out.
Let me tell you.
Sundress season.
Let me tell you something. I put on a sundress on Sunday, baby. I was like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to stay in the gym, ladies. Yes. We got to make sure we keeping it right and tight for ourselves.
For ourselves.
Yes.
And then, whoever wants to look and see, that's just added bonus.
Added bonus, yeah.
Look, I've been getting on you because I've been asking you for weeks now.
For me? Oh, okay.
Have you been watching Ready to Love?
Yes, I caught up.
Okay. So what was the last episode you saw?
Hell, I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay, I think it was...
spoiler alert.
Oh, Stacy. Stacy was the last person that got
eliminated.
Eliminated, right?
Which one was Stacy?
The pretty light-skinned girl that she has the kids. I think she was married to a professional somebody.
Yeah. Because she was hurt.
Yeah, she was hurt. I think
she was really hurt about that.
Trista.
There was another one.
Trista got eliminated as well.
The comedian girl. Yeah.
I saw that coming. I hate that.
I did too. Everybody wants to friend zone her.
And it's all. And I feel like every time they put a bigger woman on these shows, and I just think that's not fair.
I really think they set her up because
they do, because
not one of the men. Right. Well, which one?
Tristan, she was the only.
No. Well, I was gonna say they never put a man on there that is interested in a heavier set woman. They may not say that they dislike a heavier set woman, but they're all about the other one with more like a slimmer body or a thicker body. But that was unfair for her.
I think so too. It wasn't.
Okay, so Troy.
Which one is Troy?
Always kissing on people.
Yeah. They sent him home.
He is such a pervert.
Yeah, thankfully they sent him home.
He made me uncomfortable watching him.
But the thing is I think he was really being him. I'm glad he was being him.
Ew.
He's a pervert.
Yeah.
But somebody likes that. Somebody is like intrigued by that.
Somebody has to, because he thinks it works.
But I'm so glad. But, I like what he said. I did like that. If you're going to be you, right?
Right.
But if a woman tells him that they don't like something once, he never does it again. And maybe they should have told him right then, oh, I don't like that. If they would have told him that then he wouldn't have done it again. But they were taking the kisses and smiling, kicking.
Yeah, just say, no, sir.
Right.
And I think her name was Alexis. I don't know. It was the one.
The lawyer?
No. Okay, so it's not Alexis. No, it was the one who I think she's an executive producer or something, who liked the basketball coach. Was that Liz? Okay, so she said she felt something in the pit of her stomach that he was not like being honest to her. And I was like, you know what? Never let go of that intuition, because that will tell you if somebody's genuine or not. And he was definitely like not genuine. He made me.
Who is your favorite? Your favorite guy?
My favorite guy, I'm rooting for KJ and Mr. Sexual Chocolate, Mr. Smooth Operator. Isn't his name KJ?
Okay. Chris.
I think they call him KJ.
They may.
Okay, so him and the lawyer, the DA. I really like them two together.
I love them together. I just don't
she's
think
so mature though for her age. She's 30 and he's older. I think he's in his 40s.
But I don't think that I think she's going to realize that there's more.
Yeah, because AJ is cool. I like AJ, but I love the guy from New Orleans. What is
love
his name?
Him. Oh my God. And I love the fact that he picked the girl that is perfect for him. Like, I wouldn't have picked no one else for him.
They fit together.
They really fit together.
Yeah.
I really, Whitney said, I just love him. He seems like he's a little lame. I was like, I don't know if he's lame.
I don't think he's lame.
I think he's just traditional. He's older, and he's still fine.
You don't have no time for the bullshit. He knows what marriage is, and unfortunately, it's so sad that every time I think about it, his wife passed away, which is why he's on the show. So
and he still speaks so highly.
Yes, and that says a lot about him. I love that. Would be my pick for sure. What about you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been. I would have not been looking for anyone else. Yeah, checking for anyone other than the tall guy with the beard. Yeah. I still don't. I haven't been able to really see him, like, get a good feel for him.
Yeah, even though he's been on the dates with
Alexis and the brown skin girl with the crinkly hair, the one that thinks she's just so fly. Sorry.
That one.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, but I mean, he really, I don't know. I think it was more of a critique that he was doing on the dates than actually getting to know them. But I guess you would do that on a date, right? You're going to critique AJ. What date did he go on? He went with the one who likes the basketball coach.
Okay, he did.
And remember, he was saying that, number one, she was way too sexual. Because she made a lot of innuendos.
She was way too sexual.
What do you think about that on a first date? Or just
I think it's a vibe.
First few dates.
I think it's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
We always talk. I'm such an energy person, and I play off of people energy.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me bad vibes, I'm going to give you bad vibes too. I'm going to try to give you a good vibe, but if you can't bring me something, I'm going to shut all the way down.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if we're on a first date, and I'm going to tell you something after this.
Okay.
If we're on a first date and because I'm a touchy-feely person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to touch your knee as I'm talking to you,
Right.
especially if we're facing each other. I'm going to lean over and laugh a little.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you my flirty side, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you're so fine.
Yeah, like what you want to do with this?
Oh, is
But-
that all of you? Ooh,
But she was
like, no,
doing
yeah,
stuff like
she
that.
was. She was now by the fourth date. It just depends on how it's going.
Are you reciprocating? If I'm giving you
Right.
that energy, that sexual energy,
Yeah, I'm not saying we'll have sex, but I'm
Right.
saying like I could give off more sexual energy.
right? And if he's not giving off that sexual energy from the beginning, first of all, I'm not gonna go there with you.
and
I'm not gonna
if
be
he
playful
is
like that.
giving sexual energy from the first date, you're going to be a no for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no.
Yeah.
And it depends
'Cause
on,
that's
but
all
it
you're thinking
depends on
about.
how strong that it could be sexual energy, but it doesn't even have to be the words that they say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can bring that sexual energy, but no.
Or on the their first dates, and like when they just like stare at you, you're like, what are you looking at?
Don't look at me.
You know what I'm saying? Stop.
So
You're
silly.
just so beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Aw,
That's I
thank
like that.
you.
That's sweet.
What did you think about Ida? That
Which
was the
one is
one
Ida?
who got eliminated with the short hair. She was sitting next to everybody, all in people's conversation. She was really tall.
Girl, oh my gosh. She had to go. Like
She was all over the place.
she was all over the place. Like, and then it seems like she kept butting into Stacy's
Yes.
when she would have her one-on-ones with these guys. And Stacy but should have been like, look, I'm trying to have a conversation with him
Right.
now. And give me just a few minutes and then I'll allow you to come on in.
I think everybody was being kind of respectful
Because of the situation.
Yeah, but she was very intrusive and
Yes.
she was just like all over the
All
place.
over
And I
the
was like, why are you getting so
place.
emotional? She got upset. Like you should have known you was about to go.
So how do you feel about the spiritual guy? The one
Which
that
one is that?
the one that went on the date with Stacy and he really likes lids. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his
I
name
like
either.
him, but I like him
I
for
feel
Liz.
like he got something unresolved.
He
going
may,
on.
but I guess because of the way I grew up, I can understand him. But
With
then,
the passwords and the sharing of things
well,
if you're
no,
married.
just the traditional, the spiritual,
Yeah,
having
okay.
that connection. Because honestly, if I was a single woman, I couldn't be with a street dude. You know what I'm saying? But unless he grew up, in that lifestyle and he had that foundation as
Right.
well. But my guy would have to have some type of spiritual foundation,
Right.
Because that's how I grew up. That's what I
Right,
know,
right.
And that's why I like him and Liz together. But what I think is, Liz is going to find out that there is more than just having certain
same
qualities.
yeah.
So I really do like them for each other. I think they will fit really good. But I think there is somebody for Liz that's gonna make her clitoris jump
Right,
on
because
sight.
she ain't had none in a minute.
She ain't had none in a minute.
Because they have those similarities, but then when they reach a crossroads of when they don't have things in common, or you don't like this about me and I'm not changing this, or vice versa, then you got to think like, where's the relationship going now?
Right.
Or how are we going to resolve? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. But
Yes.
I like this season. It's probably not the best season.
It's like a quick fire. They're like, pow, pow, you gone, you gone, you
Yes.
gone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not the best season, but to me, it has the most attractive people. Like last season was not that attractive.
Talking about it as far as the men?
Yes. Men, women, the Atlanta season had some
I think the season what Mike was on, I think
that's
they had-
the Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
Atlanta season they had some really nice looking women, but last season was kind of
give or take.
yeah.
It was.
Mhm.
What do you think about Tommy's wife being on this?
I love it. I
love
love
it too.
her.
You can tell she was ready. She's
She-
like, I've been waiting for this.
Listen, like, babe, get me on.
I
Put
know.
me on.
I can see her
love
saying
it.
that. Like,
I love
babe,
it.
Come on.
Come on, I can work this, and
I'm
she
like,
is
all
working
right,
it.
shit, come on.
I know,
Let me
but
get you- let me
I
get you a
love the
roll.
way he adores her. He
does.
speaks so highly. I just love his swag. I love them
I
together.
just love old school stuff like that,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
in men. Period.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I love it.
Ready to Love. Yes, I'm gonna continue to
Yes.
watch. What
Girl.
happened?
What is taking them so long with this Married at First Sight episode?
Look, I looked on my DVR this morning and I was like, wait, yesterday was Wednesday.
Right.
Why am I not having a new episode?
I don't. What is taking y'all so long with putting it out? Like I'm tired of the unmatchables. I don't like that.
I watch it because it's funny.
I got to get to Chris. I want to see what's gonna happen.
Like, why is Paige crying?
And
that fake
Eric
cry?
and Virginia, like that. Them and Haley.
I want to see all of them. Shit, it's all of them.
I know. Okay. Really quickly, and we're gonna get to this topic.
Right.
Okay, Eric and Virginia. Who you think is gonna? You think they're gonna?
Eric is gonna want to stay. Virginia, I don't think so. Like, her lifestyle does not meet his, and he is very conservative, and she's not, and she says that
she's gonna have to sacrifice a lot.
Gone.
Okay. Haley and what's his name?
Ryan.
Awkward. It's not Ryan.
It is Ryan. It's Ryan.
Ryan is with the white girl, the blonde.
White. Well, who's Haley?
Haley is with the awkward guy.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you was talking about. I was like,
can't
it's
think of
Ryan. Yeah. I don't know. Vic or Vicky. Vic something. Champagne Vic or something.
No.
Benny.
No, he's with
Which one?
the one that likes the neon lights. That's dry.
Oh, look, you see how
Yeah,
that's how
I
dry
can't
they are. That's why I can't think of them. That's how goddamn dry they are. What's his name? With the corgis, the little dogs.
Him.
Oh, ooh.
Right. They don't get along very well, but I do believe that
at the end they were getting along, but his communication sucks. Hers is getting better. It is because first of all, if I were her, no, because she was cooking dinner for everybody. First of all, we drive 8 hours and then I get out the car and cook, and you sitting there eating eggs. I'm gonna be mad too.
What I think has happened is he's taken what has happened to him in the past, and he's brought it into his new relationship.
You think so?
Absolutely. He's very insecure, and he's projecting those insecurities upon Haley.
I think he's just
she's
old
not taking it well.
ways.
She's not taking it well because she's very young and she don't know how to deal with it.
But you know what? In the beginning, that's what she said. If she didn't like one thing about a person, she would get rid of them. So now she's forced to be in a situation where you don't like multiple things about this one person. So you're going to have to that's marriage.
But on paper, they're so well together.
They
so
are.
I think
if they work.
I think if they just put those things behind them and really try, I think they would probably be a really great couple.
I think so too.
I think because he really likes her, and she can change him into whatever she's looking for.
Yes,
and he's willing to morph into her guy.
She's gonna put a little personality in him. He has it somewhere in there. It's very dry,
and he's just adventurous enough for her.
Yes,
I think that'll work. I hope they give each other a chance.
I mean, they already married. Why not just make it last a little longer?
Make it last forever.
Okay, who else?
Benny and I don't know why I want to call the girl Bree.
Is it?
I don't know. Benny and the pretty brown skin girl with the natural hair.
Isn't her name Bree?
I don't know. Sounds right though.
It sounds
she looks
right.
like a Bree.
Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think her spending habits is an issue for him.
He is insecure like a mug.
He's very insecure.
Oh my God.
He's
a turn off.
He is a turn off. Yes, you are absolutely right. Because when he said that what she does, that boss stuff is a turn off. No, your insecurities, your lack of wanting to try something new is a turn off.
Yes.
First of all,
I don't know how to deal with you.
Stop taking yourself so seriously. Get on the goddamn horse and walking. You know, he did it, but he was such a brat about it. The dancing, the salsa, he was such a brat about it.
Do you think that they're going to choose each other?
I think she may not.
I think that's what I'm thinking. I think she may see that, yeah, Vinny's a great guy. They can have some beautiful babies. Well, that's one thing. She don't really know if she want to have babies. I think she needs to leave. I think she needs to move on.
Yeah,
Vinny's a great guy, but just not for her. She's too independent. I
think he wants someone a little bit more submissive, and that's not anything wrong with that. But I think that she is just way too independent. And like she said, she got to her career. She wants to enjoy the fruits of her labor. Like, don't tell me I can't get my. She done lessen her clothes budget. Like, honestly, you're really not spending that much money on clothes a month because. I don't know. I just don't.
Right.
But if I'm going to spend money,
I'm a clothes person. I don't even spend that much on clothes a month.
I'm thinking she's just giving the worst case scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
So $400, $500 every month. Is that realistic? No. But is she going to spend it if she wants to because she has it? Yes. And that should not be his problem.
Right.
I mean, that's her husband, but
I don't know.
It is her husband. I'm like, oh,
it
maybe
is,
not.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We're gonna see. Who's the last one? We did. Ryan and
Haley.
It's not Haley. I can't think of her name. I was trying to pull them up, but
it's all right. Ryan and Blonde, little Miss Blonde lady.
What do you think?
I just wish he had a little bit more personality about him. I wish he would be more expressive about his feelings. Obviously, he want head, but he don't want the rest of it.
I mean, honestly, I think she needs to be more expressive about her feelings. Why do you decide that it's okay to go around your girlfriends and speak your mind, but whenever you get in front of Ryan, you have to maintain this perfect patty?
But even around other people, because when she was talking to her girlfriend on the bed, she was asking her how it was going. She was like, yeah, it's going so great. But in the inside,
it is Bree.
It's Bree. Okay.
It's Bree. It's Haley and Jacob, Clara and Ryan.
Clara. But I think she's just putting on a facade so she can make it seem like, because she tells everybody, oh, this is going great.
If I can make him in a factory, like Ryan would be the person that pops out.
No, he won't, because he's not saying I love you.
Yeah, and he's not fucking you, and that's what you want.
But
I mean, am I lying?
You're not lying, but the thing is, he's getting head from her.
Yeah, I wonder if he giving head.
He better be.
He better. I mean, she's so sexually frustrated. He may not.
Because I mean, if you
get but if I was only getting head, I would be sexually frustrated too. Because you gotta think about it. Once you get that, you be ready to.
Right. It's like, yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Round 2.
Yes.
Let's go. But seriously, like, honestly, he may not be giving. He may not be reciprocating.
He may not. He just doesn't.
That's selfish.
He just does not seem like he has anything like that would make me want to see him wake up every morning. Like, no, like,
He'd be so mad at Claire when he asked her about her goals. And Claire was like, I don't have any. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, she's just like, listen, I'm just trying to live life, dude. Like, let me finish eating my fucking donut.
She was like, if I would have known I was a seminar,
right, or an interview, like I would have been prepared for that. Like,
right,
yeah, man. These shows,
I'm anxious to see, but Paige and Paige getting on my goddamn
she
nerves.
Is. It almost make me think that, like, girl, are you doing this for TV or are you really?
It seems that way because
at first it was like, okay, she was like, look, this is some bomb, and some bumps. I ain't got to deal with this. But then, they keep, I'm sure production is probably keeping some type of.
It's the show.
Right. They want them to spend a little time together, even though they don't like each other really.
Right.
But when decision day came, it should have been like, no, I'm going to let Chris go his way and I'm going to let her go her way.
I'm so tired of her dragging
He's
God
a narcissist.
I am so tired. Yes, he's a complete narcissist, but I'm so tired of, I'm just going to let God lead me. Yeah. He is not, he been put a stop sign up for you to say, leave him alone.
Sometimes we don't like to see the stop sign. I'm with the girl. I get it. Sometimes when you just are blind.
Get it too, but to a certain extent.
Yeah. Everybody's not like you, Grace. That's why I have you. You be like, bitch, that's a stop sign. That is not a yellow. That is not the yellow light. That's a stop sign.
Stop. That means stop. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Yes, I love it.
But I can't wait. Y'all playing around with I was looking forward to Married at First Sight.
I know. I was too. I was a little upset when I didn't see it.
That's all right.
But we got this topic today.
Yeah.
The power of forgiveness. Man.
I don't do that too well.
Man.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It is hard to forgive. But what would make you feel like something is unforgivable?
I've been holding some grudges, like, I'm not really a grudge holder.
So they must have had to do you dirty.
I'm a Gemini, so I get over things pretty quickly. I just never really forget, but I can go back to being like, okay, hey girl, you know, but I'm gonna be like, hey girl, but I see you. Like I see you.
Oh, I'm not even gonna say hey. Why are you saying hey? It's somebody that
I'm just that type of person. Like I, you know, at our job now, I've been done dirty by certain people, and I still say hey. Hell, one of them was in my inbox one day, and I still spoke to her, said something back to her. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, that's true. That's true. You don't care.
You're projecting your insecurities on me. That's not my insecure. I got enough of them motherfuckers.
Right, but
I don't need you projecting yours on me.
Right, but then you don't want that energy in your atmosphere.
No, I don't at all.
But what does forgiveness look like to you?
Ooh.
Whether you're forgiving someone or you're asking for forgiveness, what does that look like?
First of all, I think forgiveness is it's simple. You know what I'm saying? People think
so?
It's simple as in meaning wise.
Okay.
Like it's just, I think it's like just literally letting something go.
Right.
I think we hold on to things. We think forgiveness is something that we're supposed to do for the other person. Like I got to forgive them even though they did me wrong. Like,
yes.
No.
That's for yourself.
It's always for yourself, because the thing is, one thing that I'm learning is, and I have a friend that tells me this very often, and you do not have to just, even if I need to forgive you, I don't have to come to you and tell you I'm forgiving you.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I'm super big on. Like forgiveness, like you said, is not for the other person because they may not care. And then where does that leave you in your journey for forgiveness? Like you may go to the person and say, hey, either I forgive you or I want forgiveness from you, and they may not care about how you feel. And then where does that leave you emotionally?
And I've seen a lot of people that have had, squabbles with people or feel a certain type of way towards people, and the other person might not even know.
Right.
They're holding this grudge, and the other person don't even know.
And that has a real impact on your physical being. Once you hold that stuff, it manifests itself into physical, like high blood pressure, whatever stress related ailments that may come with that, like ulcers. Like what do I want to say? You being upset at someone, that only hurts you.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt them.
Yeah. Girl, when I was saying that we really have to let it go. Like let the past go, because it will hold you hostage. Okay, this is a super transparent moment. Okay, super transparent. I did not have a wedding. Okay.
Likewise.
Okay, so, and if you know me, I'm like glitz and glam. Like I would have loved a huge wedding. Me and Sean have been married for 10 years, and let me tell you something. Probably just 4 weeks ago, he's heard a joke like, at least they got a wedding. Like, I really have been holding a grudge for 10 years because I didn't get, for 10 years, because I didn't get, and it's not that I didn't forgive him because I'm still with him.
Right.
But I need to let it go. You know what I'm saying? I need to make another memory, be okay with the fact that, okay, 10 years ago, I didn't have the wedding that I want.
Yeah.
Either I'm going to have one now or I'm going to forget about it. You know what I mean?
But that's not to say you can't never have a wedding. You can renew your vows. You can have the big, beautiful
But that's
gown
what
and
I'm
party.
saying. It's just, you got to let the past be the past, because it will hold you hostage.
Because when you say let it go, I was like, I don't want you to let go of your dream of wanting a wedding.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Let go of that feeling of animosity or resentment because you did not have that.
Right. Because everything is not going to go the way you want it to go. You know what I'm saying? And you hold on to those things because you put those expectations on people.
Right.
And if they don't uphold those expectations, you like, to hell with them. Right. And
I'm getting better.
Yeah. And we are learning that, forgiveness is really for us.
And it also is extending grace as well, because we want to have that forgiveness. If we also are seeking forgiveness from someone else, we want them to forgive us for what we may have done to them.
Right. Unforgiveness only hurts us. You know what I'm saying? We can either hate and hate. I can either hate you and it hurt me, or I can forgive you and it bring me peace and joy.
Well, what do you feel about people who don't want to forgive? Because honestly, I feel like in certain situations, in certain instances, if you don't want to forgive someone, it's okay to not forgive someone. Even if it's not eating you up inside. You don't have to forgive anyone. What do you think about that?
Okay. So that's different. That's different for me because of, like I said, my
Your background.
Yeah, my background. Like, it to me is in the Bible, or it's in the Bible to forgive.
I
right?
get that.
So, and God forgives us all the time.
All the time.
I'm gonna ask him
We're
to
not
forgive
God.
me for that cuss word I just said 2 minutes ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? He forgives us. So he wants us to project those things that are like him onto other people. He's not saying that we have to forget what you did to us.
Right.
But he's definitely saying that we have to have grace and forgive you for what you did and move on. Whether we are continue to stay connected, whether I totally don't have to see you ever again in life.
I agree with you on that part because I grew up in a church as well. Like, I'm big on forgiveness. I do offer people forgiveness because honestly, I could care less. I'll extend that to you. If you want to be forgiven, fine. Yeah, I've asked for forgiveness myself, so of course I'm going to want it back. But I do get people who don't want to forgive someone. Like, what if someone hurt one of your family members? That's hard to forgive.
You say hard to forgive. That's one of my next notes. Generational curses. Rape. Especially inside the
Black community.
Yes, especially inside the home. We tend, generational curses, we tend not to forgive. And I think when we don't forgive we don't forgive the action of the generational curse, it trickles down to our offsprings. Like, just say if your parents or your mom or your dad had issues with abandonment, or your mom had daddy issues, and then all of a sudden she get a man that he don't want to be a daddy too. Now you got daddy issues. Then you know what I'm saying, you just that, and then you don't tend to forgive, look back on the past and say, okay, this is why I have these issues. You just think.
I think that's more than forgiveness. Like, you have to work through those issues. You have to work through those daddy issues or whatever issues that you may be going through. But at the same time, I don't feel like you have to necessarily forgive that person. I mean, they probably will tell you in counseling to forgive that person in order to heal and move on. But it may not be that way for some people. Like, I really feel like you can leave that situation, dead it, don't think about it, and still heal and move on and break those curses at the same time. Well,
my thing about it is everybody's not like that, right? So if you are that sensitive person, I'm more of I take on, I think they call them empath people.
When you just
take on other people's emotions. Like, if you're mad, I'm mad. Like, or if you're sad about something, I'm gonna be sad about it too. Like, I just take on other people. So if you're upset at me, I'm gonna be like, but why? Why are you upset at me? Vice versa. If I'm upset with you, you're gonna be like, well, shit, I ain't doing nothing to you. But that's the difference of.
I mean, I would still ask why, but if you're being passive aggressive, or if you're not communicating with me and telling me why, then yes, I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm not about to ask you again and again and again. You don't want to tell me? That's fine. That's me. Like, I can shut that off. I don't have to ask for forgiveness. I don't need your forgiveness, but it is what it is.
I truly think that forgiveness in the Black home is something that we truly need to adopt.
Do you think we're too forgiving as Black people?
To outsiders.
Ain't that right?
Yeah.
That was my exact thought. Like, we are so forgiving to other people, but when it comes to us, we are so unforgiving. Everything is an issue. Everything is a problem. Everything is a flaw. I can see, like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. I think it truly goes back to, racism and slavery and the things that we dealt with. You would think those things would have us like glue, and we would be attached and really working for each other. But I think it made the way, I'm about to say the way the man set us up, it makes us like have to
one
compete
another. Yes.
with each other.
Yes.
Instead of
you're
uplift.
lighter, so you get more or better treatment, quote unquote, better treatment than someone who may be of a darker complexion, and we internalize that and we bring that within our own community when we're supposed to be, look, I'm black, you black. We are multifaceted. Like, we don't come in one
you
shade.
was in the house, you weren't picking the cotton, but yeah, I was getting raped by massa.
Right.
You know,
so which one worse?
Right, you was outside, you didn't have to get raped by massa, yeah, but he would beat me if I wasn't picking the cotton fast enough. We still have the same issues.
We have different traumas, but it all
a trauma
within our community. But we are so forgiving of other people, and I don't like
because
that.
I think we want acceptance. We want to be accepted as a human race.
But just so crazy to me. I understand, and it I don't know, it confuses me sometimes because I can see that other people love our culture. Other people love our hips, our big butt, our lips. People pay money for that.
Yep.
You love the things about us, but you don't love us. And I don't understand how we don't see that so clearly and stop trying to appease the other person or white people.
Girl, it really do starts at home.
Yeah.
It does. It starts at home. It starts with our foundation, the people that are raising us,
right?
Whether it be our parents, our grandparents, our auntie. It really starts at home, and giving us the feeling that we can do anything, we can do whatever. We don't have any stipulations, any limits to life. It doesn't matter what size, what grade your hair is.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You can be and do whatever you want to do. They don't do little Jimmy and little Sally like that. Sally might not be able to dance a lick, but she gonna be taking her butt to ballet every Tuesday and Thursday. Us, and I'm very much so, to blame for this, right? We can start our child out in ballet. If they ain't good, shit, I ain't gonna keep paying for this. Is that not us?
That is so us. We don't want to invest in our own. And you know what? Honestly, I don't want to put my baby out there like that. He loves basketball, and he's always loved basketball. Warren is tiny. Warren was not going to be a basketball player, and he loved it. And I could have been like, you know what, boy, you're not that good.
Yeah.
Let's quit. But he played basketball all the way up until like his junior year. And I'm like, I was always there. I'm not going to. You said we gonna be. I'm still tripping off of that.
Listen,
but I'm not gonna take him out because it costs too much. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
we will do that.
I'm not gonna, baby, this ain't your thing. We're gonna have to find what your thing is. Like that baby, Sally Sue can be in practicing on that violin, and it's just screeching. You keep on going, Sally Sue. You keep on going. And can you turn that off? Stop. Is it not us?
That is us.
Girl.
That's the majority of us, I will say.
Yeah.
Look, when you are in the process of forgiving someone, because I do think forgiveness is a process.
Yeah.
You can't just say, I forgive you and all is well, and then
at least I can't.
Kumbaya. I know I can't. So those negative feelings that you have when you're in that process of forgiving, like how do you manage those feelings?
For me, that's a good one. For me, it really takes time. It really takes, because I'm that person. Like I said, I'm an empath. I'm that person that if I feel like, and I've had this done to me within, I think this last 2 or 3 years, this person was talking about me, I have no idea why she felt the need to have my name in her mouth, or even, I've never done anything to her, never said anything bad about her. It just is what it is. I have no idea why she felt this way towards me, right? I talked to her, and I even tried to try to understand her side, to just so we can kind of reconcile it, and it can just be like, okay, it's over. Like, can we be cool?
Mature.
Yeah, just like let's just leave it alone. It is what it is. I don't know what went wrong, but something went wrong. But let's get back to being where it was, right? No, and I had to get to the point where I had to be okay with her feeling the way that she feels. And I had to tell her, I forgive you. Now, looking back on that, I didn't have to tell her that.
No.
That was something inside that I made, came to conclusion with me, myself, and I, that I forgive you. I'm not going to keep I don't have any vendetta towards you. I don't wish any bad things on you. And I'm going to let you stay over there.
Right.
And I'm going to stay over here. And I'm going to keep doing me. And I want you to keep doing you. But at the time, I went to her. I forgive you for what you said.
Right.
And she forgive what? What you forgiving? What? I mean, let's just leave it alone, because that's what she was saying. Let's just leave it. No. At this point, I see who you are.
Right.
Yeah. But and that's what I was saying. Like, it's just, to me, it takes time, because after I saw that, I started to think in myself, like, LaDonna, hey, it's not always you. Sometimes it is you.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. But sometimes it's not. And you just have to be okay with them feeling the way that they feel towards you. Like, for instance, one of my best friends, this is so recent. One of my best friends was like, LaDonna, you said something to me that really hurt my feelings. And I was like, me? I'm so sorry. Like, what did I say? What did I do? Because, I didn't try to. And she told me, and I'm thinking, like, I said that like a month and a half ago, girl.
Well, it was on her
and
heart.
you just now, we've been talking. Like, I didn't notice any type of rift between us. Like, I wouldn't have known that she had any.
Maybe she was just really thinking about it.
And she said, she was like, I know this is not how you meant it.
Yeah.
But when you said it, it hurt my feelings. And I said, friend, you do not hold on to things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
a month is a long time.
It's a long time. Like, I don't ever want you to feel like I'm trying to hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
that's not a genuine friendship if I'm trying to hurt your feelings,
right.
you know?
She sound like me when I'm talking to my husband. I'm like, remember when you told me?
When you had said.
And he was like, when I said that?
You.
I'm like, last December. Yeah. Get your ass out my face.
Yeah. We have to get over those things.
But I think sometimes it's because you don't want to make maybe nothing into something, but you just want to express how you feel about something. So maybe she didn't want to say it and you took it the wrong way.
Yeah,
but maybe she just waited and
you got to know your friends.
I know.
Though.
I was
you
thinking
got to
about
know your
that.
friends. You say that to me all the time. Like, if I say, like, I hope I didn't say something or to offend, girl, just ask her. You be like, I don't want to like raise any, sand or anything like that.
But never know.
You never know. You have to get over those things so that you can forgive that person for you, because she could have been holding on to that issue, and it could have totally put a wedge between us for absolutely nothing.
Right.
Something I never knew. To say something. Yeah, something I never knew I, said to her feelings. Right. And I said it in the most like, I love you type way. Okay. You know what I mean? But to her, she didn't take it that way. And if she never would have said something,
you would have never known. You would have repeated the same thing before.
Or she could have kept going and started to separate herself because she can't forgive me. Because she can't say nothing. And she don't want to talk to me, right? Right. Yeah, we could have been totally in two different places in 2 months. We wouldn't have been talking. And I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. So y'all.
Tell your friend you forgive her.
Tell your friends y'all forgive.
No, I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Like, I had already told her that was no, not I forgive her to forgive me. Yeah, because I never would have said that to hurt her feelings. It was really because what I said to her was coming to her because I think the world of her. Right. And I want her to have the world, and I didn't want her to feel like what she wanted was not good enough. Yeah. So listen. And to kind of conclude the topic of forgiveness, you asked me, how do I get through my, forgiving someone in that process? Right. Do you have a different process?
See, I'm so big on my energy and what I allow. So I can forgive someone very easily.
Okay.
I can forgive them even if they don't ask for forgiveness. I definitely extend forgiveness out to anybody who has wronged me. But as far as keeping them in my atmosphere, that's not going to happen. As far as communication, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I don't know if it depends on the level of how they may have hurt me or wronged me, if I would still be in communication. But I don't know about you. Like, what can someone just wrong you so much that you don't even want to forgive them, or you're not as easy to forgive them? Like, does the level of hurt depend on your forgiveness?
It doesn't depend on my forgiveness, but in the older I've gotten, I've learned to let things go, because when the younger I was very sensitive to things. Like, when people would wrong me, it would really like hurt my feelings.
I want to hurt you.
Yeah, like you know how when you start crying, but it's not crying because you say it's crying because I want to throw your head up against a backboard
and rip
until
it.
I see blood. Like, it
Been there.
Yeah. But now I'm learning to like, oh, well, if you don't like me, that's kind of your thing. Or if you've done something towards me, that's your thing. I have to keep going. Like, I think we've had these conversations. Like, you asked me about a certain person, and my attitude towards that was, I mean, I just kind of let it go as it, you know. And that's something different, because that person we were talking about, I told you that back in the past, I would have been like, why do you treat me like this? Why does it feel like this? You know, I'm like, it's
and
just
I
is
can
what
agree.
it is.
When I was younger, I was super sensitive in the way that if you wrong me, I'm going to want to wrong you too.
Yeah.
But of course, as I got older, I don't want to do that to anybody.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hurt anybody the way they may have hurt me.
And then the type of wrongs got different when we got older.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Look,
So,
I'm going to let God handle that.
I'm gonna let God handle that little petty stuff right there, because this right here I'm dealing with, that's a whole nother type of forgiveness that leads me to my conclusion of counseling.
Yes.
Girl, going to counseling is really good for you. You know, sometimes it's good for couples, for families, grieving families. But man, when you get into counseling and you think you are just, you know what, I just want to go to counseling. I just want to make sure my mental is good. But then when that counselor start getting all up in your business,
and you're purging everything,
and you like, damn, I did not forgive Sally Sue from 10 years ago, and I really been holding on to the fact that she did me this way, and now I'm taking this into my other friendships. And when I see this red flag, I feel like they're gonna do me like Sally Sue. Like, you just, or my parents, you know, I felt like they had favoritism with, you know, one of my siblings, and I was just going, but now I really see that this is really affecting me in my adult life. Like, you really see that how forgiveness,
adulthood brings a completely different perspective to life experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, when you're younger and they tell you, you know, we always hear the saying, just live a little, or, you know, whatever the case is, but you absolutely have to live in order to understand the act of forgiveness and receiving forgiveness and extending forgiveness to other people. So absolutely, life changes is going to absolutely help you with forgiving other people.
Yeah. Y'all, we have to dig in deep. We have to forgive those that have done something to us. We have to ask for forgiveness, because life is so short.
It is.
And listen, we got to do like Elsa and let it go. Okay? Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Because
She
it
was
helps
onto
you.
something.
Yeah, it helps you. It helps relieve that stress and that anxiety and that angst and whatever is on your back about what you can't forgive someone else for.
And be okay when you do forgive someone else if they continue to show you who they are, their characteristics about themselves doesn't change.
It has nothing to do with you.
It doesn't.
It has everything to do with the other person. Yep. And I think we need to realize that with a lot of things. I mean, we have to internally look at ourselves, but a lot of things, it has nothing to do with us and our behavior. It has everything to do with the other person and them not being healed and broken. So, and forgiveness is a good path to that.
It is. It is. Yeah.
That was good. I do.
We're learning to forgive and purge.
Yeah, that's why I said, okay.
It's not good for our skin, girl.
I know. No. I drink my water. I'm trying to get this.
And mind my business.
That's it.
We got a girlfriend talk, girly.
We do. We're going to talk about season 2, episode 7, since we're talking about forgiveness. Because girls on the child.
Ooh, child. They had that. It seemed like all of them went through phases where they had to forgive somebody in the crew.
I think Tony is like the common denominator. She had a lot. Okay, so let's rewind to some of the things that she has done before we get into this episode. Okay, let's start with her returning home from Jamaica because she slept with 2 men. That was her fault. Got chlamydia from one of them. Her fault.
Her fault.
Joan mistakenly told Greg, hey, I'm sorry, Tony. Because, Tony, the doctor who she got chlamydia for, proposed to her. Damn, this is just so messy.
So juicy.
Anyway, so she tried to sleep with Joan. Wait.
No, he's like trying to
Sean.
sleep with
She tried to sleep with Sean, Joan's sex addict boyfriend. Okay,
to
that's
get
one.
back at her.
To get back at her. That's one. She should have never got forgiven for that.
Right.
But okay. They attempt to try to resolve their issues in therapy. It wasn't working. Okay, so fast forward to Joan finds out that Tony told her boss that she was having problems with Sean, and Sean was a sex addict because, Tony was going through her issues with money and she needed to sell a house.
Yep.
Joan was like, okay, my boss is looking for a house. Tony spills all of her beans. This leads to this episode. Tony reunites with Greg. Because he was looking ever so lovely and she was broke and she was in a bad place.
Yeah, and he was so willing to forgive her.
I was like, dang, Greg is like, he's an upstanding guy. I don't think I would want to be with a man who attempted to give me chlamydia.
Yeah.
But okay, whatever.
Right.
So the Halloween party. Joan throws his annual Halloween party. Tony's not invited. So her and Greg are going to do their own thing. Yeah. Greg sends her out to get a pumpkin.
So they can carve pumpkins?
How sweet is that?
Make new memories.
Yeah, we just talked about making traditions.
Yes.
But one good memory she going to have. She walked in on Greg having sex.
Yep.
On her floor.
Yep.
With another woman.
Thankfully.
Talk about catchback.
Yes. And then not only did she catch him, he verbally said... Yes.
Catch baby.
Gotcha.
Why he pulling his pants up? Girl.
Tag you it.
So, is that forgivable? Will you extend forgiveness to Greg if Greg, okay, we're not even going to say Sean. Let's say you were Tony. You walked in. Are you going to forgive Greg? Because fast forward a little bit more. Tony wanted to see Greg again after she married Todd. So...
She was stuck on Greg.
That was the love of her life.
It was.
She said it.
But he just didn't have that money. He didn't. Let me tell you. So
I'm gonna just say no.
Okay, so Tony had to go through some growth.
Yes.
Right? And it just depends on, because she was very immature at that time when she was, dating the doctor. And the way she got caught up, the way she treated Joan for, telling her business.
That's been her.
It's been her. She was very immature.
Yeah.
Now, maturity with Tony would be like, you know what? I fucked it up. I have to take accountability that I messed this relationship up with somebody I absolutely loved. And I have to be okay with that at some point. I have to forgive him for trying to hurt me because I hurt him.
So you gonna forgive him for having sex on your floor?
I'm gonna have to, because I didn't have sex with a whole nother man and called chlamydia.
That's true.
If you know what I'm saying?
If you want to go tit for tat like that, but at the same time, he purposely sought her out to get revenge. At that point, he should have forgiven her before that.
He should have, but he didn't.
I ain't forgiving.
We just had this conversation.
I ain't doing it.
Forgiveness is for her.
It's not about them.
It's not about Greg. It's
about
her.
me. So I ain't forgiving you for doing some dirty stuff like that. Nope.
But
and I feel good about not. I know.
You did.
That's that double standard. Let me do what I want to do, and you don't.
Yes, and you can tell
that
how
was dirty.
hurt she was. Having to go to Joan's house.
Yes, and she closed the door on her. But I understand. Okay, in that situation, I totally agree with that, because she should extend grace to him and forgiveness to him, because You got engaged on him.
Mm-hmm.
You were about to fly to Paris to get married. You were literally about to be in. Well, you were in a whole nother relationship with someone else because the other one didn't have the financial means to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand how that hurt him, especially as a man, because no man wants
and
to
he
be.
really liked or really loved
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think, well, in talking about forgiveness, Joan extended forgiveness to Tony at church, even though she didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
When Donnie McClurkin started singing "We Fall Down,"
yeah, of course,
you don't have no choice but to forgive.
Of course, Joan has forgiven Tony umpteen thousand million times.
Yeah,
and hence why Tony continues to do what she does.
You think if she would have forgiven her and just separated herself from her, she would have been all as well.
But it was difficult to separate herself from her because they're childhood friends, but their crew became friends.
Yes.
So the girls were in the middle of it. They didn't know,
hard.
That was hard. And then it was like Joan would feel like she was left out if they were doing stuff. Tony would feel left out.
Have you ever had that situation?
Yes.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I don't like it either, but I'm also that person where I've matured in life, and just because I'm not cool with somebody does not mean I'm going to be like, you cannot talk to her. No, I'm not going to do that.
Matter of fact, I'ma still come around.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't leave me out.
Right.
I want to go.
I don't care. I ain't got to talk to her. She can be sitting right
across from me. You
like Casper the Ghost.
I can be like, girl, pull me some. Thank you.
You better pull me some.
Right. She ain't gonna stop no show. Right. But Joan is a sweetheart. She is. She definitely allowed Tony to pull some on her in all 8 seasons.
All of them. Both of them needed to forgive each other.
They did. Because
Joan at the end got all big headed, but at the same time in the beginning she was such a ride or die friend, and she was always there for Tony.
She was always there for everybody. And I could understand by season 7 and 8 when she did get the big head and think she was A-list and stuff. Yeah. Like, let her do that. Like, she's always been there for y'all. Yeah. Anytime, Maya. How she did her on her wedding. You remember?
Yeah.
You know, like,
she took over everything, even though she was trying to make it bougie.
Yeah, she was.
She just helped out.
She was doing what she thought.
When Maya was cheating on Darnell and she bought a doggone laptop, you better get my goddamn money back.
Yeah. But see, when the whole situation when Maya was talking to the guy, Stan, and Joan, was. Don't do
but if you know what's good
if
for you.
If you know what's good for you, girl. Yes. And then she still like, or when the whole wedding situation, right? When Joan was trying to make it bougie and she went over to her house and her mom, she was like, well, look, I can buy y'all dresses.
Right.
That takes me back to like me and my friend that I was just telling you about. It wasn't that Joan was like trying to downplay what she was doing. She just wanted Maya to have this
the best.
Yes. And it's just the way it came off that hurt Maya's feelings.
Right.
Damn. I get it, friend. I get it, man. That's why you
clicks.
have to. Yeah, that's why you have to ask. You got to talk to each other and understand where that person come from, and that person should understand where you come from.
Yeah,
y'all, this was a good ass episode.
It was. Man. I enjoyed it.
I did too. I did.
All right, and we are done. LaDonna, tell them where to find you.
Girl, you can find me at the club because it's hot girl summer about to. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. You can
hot
find
wife
me on,
summer.
Yes, hot wife summer. We doing things in moderation.
Ain't no moderation, B.
Yes.
We just doing things respectfully.
Yes.
Like Justin LeBoy say.
Yes,
respectfully.
Yes. You can find me on IG at Naturally Pretty.
And I am Grace Face with 2 underscores on IG. And you can find us at 2 Dope Girls Pod on IG, Twitter, YouTube, 2 Dope Girls Podcast. We are on Facebook. And if you have any inquiries, you can hit us up at ask2dopegirls at gmail.com. That's ASK, the number 2, dopegirls@gmail.com. Yes. I'm getting good.
You are getting good, girl. You are getting good. You're getting good.
I got the script down. Yes, I do.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming back and chilling with us.
Yes, and until next week, you guys.
2 Dope Girls out.
Dope girls, dope girls, dope girls. Dope, the dope girls. The dope girl. The dope girl. Now I